And we thinking this guy's gonna come in and do the job. Now he's hurt. He breaks easy and all that kind of stuff. So it was really tough for me. But that whole year, I just took it on myself to say, there's no way God brought me this far for me to fall off right now.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Shooting the Breeze with your boy JP. And I got a special guest on here today. One of my favorite players growing up, 10,643 rushing yards, 10-year NFL career, a 5-time Pro Bowler, Super Bowl champion with the 49ers. Please welcome to the show, Ricky Waddles. Ricky, how you doing today?
Man, I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. I can't complain. A little sweaty over here because it's summertime right here. So,
Yeah, beautiful day.
yeah, beautiful weather. Yes. So, I want to go ahead and go way back to after your draft in 1991, getting drafted by the San Francisco 49ers. Going into that training camp, you see Steve Young, you see Jerry Rice, you see all these great 49er players. And I was wondering, as a rookie, what was the vibe like there with the standard of success?
Well, it was already crazy because I didn't want to be the weak link. That's what I was like, if I'm going to be the new running back here or whatever, I definitely don't want to be the weak link. But it even made it worse that I got injured. I got injured in camp. Man, I broke my foot. And then when I was ready to come back after that, broke my hand. So I was out for the whole year. So it was just very, very tough for me. I couldn't believe it. Thought my career was over. They were calling me Plastic Man, Glass Man. They were saying you break easy. I mean, they wasn't nice to me. And we thinking this guy's gonna come in and do the job. Now he's hurt. He breaks easy and all that kind of stuff. So it was really tough for me. But that whole year, I took it on myself to say, there's no way God brought me this far for me to fall off right now. And all the work that I put in for me to quit now. So I just dug deep. I got with the guys, who would help me. Jerry Rice was one of those guys. John Taylor was one of those guys. These guys said, man, come work out with us. We get you right. I can't tell you how many times I threw up. You know what I mean? Trying to work out with these guys, how many times they left me in the dust. I thought, man, I'm a great athlete. I come from Notre Dame. We won the national championship, man. I'm going to show them, what I can do. No, it was a learning curve. It was a learning curve, but it was great. Once I got in there, I did my thing and was able to show what I could do. I remember my first game was against the Giants in the Meadowlands. It was their defense and LT and all them. And I ran for 100 yards, did really well. And after that, they started saying, okay, we might have something here with this guy right here. And then I just kept it going and had a great year that year. I was comeback player of the year. We went to the championship game. We lost to Dallas, but we had a great year that year, and I was there to stay after that. They was like, okay, love this guy. He can ball. So that's really cool when you can, win your teammates over, when the coach is over, and the fans over.
Oh, no doubt about that. You got any great Jerry Rice stories?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I remember when I first started working out with him. And I was thinking to myself, I'm younger than him and everything. He does, right? So I'm like, man, we go out here. I'm gonna go ahead and just stay with Jerry, and then whatever happens, then I just take off and do my thing, right? Because they were saying, man, Jerry got this workout. It's so crazy, and you have to work out with him. And I asked him, could I come work out with him? And he said, yeah, of course you could come. So we was running this mountain. I swear it's a mountain. And you run inside this mountain. And I was like, how hard could it be, right? I'm just going to stay with Jerry, and then I'm just going to take off at the end. And, man, we got up there, man. We got halfway up, and we had a trainer. And this trainer goes, all right, Roger was there too, Roger Craig. And he goes, all right, Roger, all right, Jerry, all right, you guys can go on ahead and go. And I was like, go? Where the heck they going? So I was like, man, they ain't going nowhere. They start taking off, going fast. And I said, man, I'm staying right with them. And the trainer tried to tell me, yo, slow down. I don't think you want to try to do that. I said, nah, shoot. Man, they just started leaving me. First thing I saw was last thing I saw was like their heels, man, because they were so high up. and their heels just left. And then I didn't even see them no more. And I was trying to run. I'm just like, oh God, what the? And then by the time I got up there, man, they were all laughing and everything. They was like, man, they was having the ball. I was about to throw up. And then they said, okay. Yeah, I said, ready for what? Ready for what? They said, cause we gotta run back down. And then they just start blazing back down. And I just was like, I can't even do it. I just laid on the ground, man. So that was my first real understanding of who these guys were that I was about to play with. They were no joke. And Jerry was the leading candidate for all that stuff, man. And then after that, we went to the tractor run. And I don't even want to tell you about all the stuff that happened there. That's another story.
Oh man, man, yeah. I'll be watching Jay Rice in them hills, and I'm just like, I don't know how in the world could I like if I was like playing, I'm like I can't even do that. I really can't. That just tells about just the dedication and the commitment he had to stay himself in shape and be the best that he could be every single year.
All the time, always working on it. I was always watching him. He called me Pretty Ricky. I always be watching. I say, hey, what's that you working on? Ah, don't try to steal my style, Pretty Ricky. Don't try to steal my style, Pretty. I just would always laugh. So I always remember that. But then he would end up showing me what he doing. But he would always start with that, like, Dad, you always want to steal my style. I'm like, shit, I'm trying to be great too, buddy. I know greatness when I see it. And obviously, he was great.
No doubt about it. No
Great
doubt.
teammate.
No doubt about it. And you proved everybody wrong, especially in that first season. Running for over 1,000 yards, receiving over close to 500 yards, touchdowns too as well that first year. And you got selected to your very first Pro Bowl.
Yes.
And what was it like? Just taking me back to your first Pro Bowl selection. You are like one of the best players out there on the field that year, and then you over here with Barry Sanders and Emmitt Smith, Steve Young, your teammate, like a lot of great players. Take me back to that first Pro Bowl selection.
Man, it was almost like I was dreaming. It was like I was just walking in a dream. It was amazing. And then to be around those caliber players and know that, I belong here. You know what I mean? I'm supposed to be here. This is what it's about. And then after that, I was like, man, I just want to get here every year. I want to make sure I keep that level of success on the field, and off the field, working hard so that they always see me as one of their peers and one of their brothers.
Oh yeah, for sure. And then you were selected 4 more times, 5-time Pro Bowler. And then speaking of your first year, you was still NFL records to this day. 5 touchdowns versus the New York Giants. Obviously, Lawrence Taylor's last game, and you broke the record. And you still put up the most amount of points in the playoff game with 30 points. What was that like? What was the preparation? What was your mindset going into that game against the Giants?
It's crazy. It still sounds crazy to me to this day. First of all, I got to tell the truth. I didn't think I was going to do that before that game. Actually, I had a bum knee. I hurt my knee, and my knee was bothering me. I had a brace on when I played in that game. So I just once again didn't want to be the weak link. I had to show what I could do. I just took it. I said it was painful actually. It was hurting me, but after I started getting out there, got the moving around in pre-game, I was like, man, I was thinking about it, then I just forgot about it because it was so cool, and we was in the playoffs, and everybody was there, and it was just so cool that I was like, you know what, forget all that. It's time to ball now. And I played like that. So I couldn't even believe that I played like that on a bum knee like that. But it shows the resolve you can have when you really want to do it and you really believe in yourself and you believe that you can do something. And I'm playing with this great team and I don't want to let these guys down. So I think I just took myself to another level that I've never been before. But it was great to be able to do that and play that way. The next game, I wasn't much good. We played against Dallas. I ended up scoring a touchdown, but we lost that game because I couldn't, man, my knee was just wouldn't let me do it. I finished the game though. I stayed in there and everything because I was going to stay in there with my brothers, but it was a tough one for me. But it was also a triumph for me that year.
Man, I understand. And speaking of which, lost to the Dallas Cowboys in the conference championship. Going into that next season, y'all made this incredible one in the regular season, incredible one in the playoffs. You get to the Super Bowl, and I
Man.
mean, you put up a hell of a performance. 3 touchdowns against the Chargers to win your first Super Bowl. Even though Steve Young won MVP, I'm still a little like upset. I thought you should have got the MVP though, but it is what it is, But
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
uh,
But Steve, my brother, though. That's my brother.
oh no, of
He
course,
works hard, you know.
of course, of course. Take me back to that game too, as well. That mindset, going into the Super Bowl against the Chargers.
Yeah, it was amazing because we finally got past Dallas. So we felt like this is it. We're in the Super Bowl. We're not losing this one. There's no way we're going to lose it. We were having perfect practices even all weeks up until that game. And even before, the playoff games and all that, we were having nobody dropping the ball, nobody fumbling the ball, nobody fumble snaps or anything, drop balls. I mean, we were perfect. And we weren't even wearing pads anymore because Coach Seifert told us, yo, you don't have to put on pads as long as you playing the way I know you guys can play. And so we were doing that in practice. And so we practiced perfectly to play perfectly. And that's what we did. I remember at one point thinking, man, I might wake up and realize the game didn't even start yet because this is too bad going good. This is going too good for us right now. There's no way this is real. But it is real when you believe in yourself and you practice like that and you play not only just for yourself, but for each other. And that's what we did. And we were really tight, knitted group. We believed in ourselves. We had all these great players that came, to play with us and everything. So, Dion and all the guys came over with us. So it was just really a lot of fun. And it was just amazing that it wasn't a dream. You know what I mean? It was real. And I really was playing like that on the biggest stage that you can play on in football. And I was doing it with guys I looked up to before I even came here. So it was just amazing. It was just amazing to be able to do that.
No, amen to that. Led to your very first Super Bowl ring too, as well, and incredible one with the San Francisco. Oh, look at that! Look at that! He still got it.
Got the national championship too.
There we go. I love that. I love that. And incredible one with the 49ers, incredible one with the Eagles, incredible one with the Seahawks too, as well. You're one of 2 players that rushed over 1,000 yards with 3 different teams. One of 2 players. What's your reaction to hearing that stat that you're one of 2 players that rushed over 1,000 yards with 3 different teams?
The reason why I think that's important is it shows that even with different systems where you have to win the fans over, everybody's kind of questioning, okay, you did that with the Niners. They had great players there. Now you're coming to the Eagles. They didn't have such a good year the year before. Now let's see what you can do. For me to be able to still put up the numbers that I did and to play the way I did, I think it is a testament to my grit, my fortitude, and what I believe in, which is I'm not going to be stopped. I gotta get there. I don't care what I have to do. I'm willing to work hard. I used to run my plays out in practice. They had to slow me down. They was like, man, this is the pros, man. That's not how we practice. I'm like, yo, man, I just want y'all to know, man, I'm ready to go. They was like, no, we believe you. We believe you. But, slow it down. They had to pull me back. That fire and that desire that I had to want to be the best and want to be on a team that's the best. I had won on every level. We won on grade school, high school, college. I wanted to win in the pros too. And I couldn't believe I got picked by the 49ers, so I was like, dang, we really got a chance here to win it. And for us to do that, man, like I said, it's just amazing because in the beginning, everybody kind of feels like they might be able to win. You know what I'm saying? They all feel like, man, we got a good chance. And they looking around. Everybody's good. Everybody got great players, right? So they're all thinking, man, but then all of a sudden the realistic part comes into it when you start playing. You say, dang, we took a loss. We took 2 losses, man. That team's undefeated. We might not get there this year. But for us to do it, and because all these things can happen to you, right? You can get injuries. You can have, just people not believing in the coach or believing in the system. Different things can happen that just derail a team. But for us to stay together, stay tight like that the whole way through, there was so many guys that could have the ball, right? There's only one ball for all of us, for us all to be like, I don't care. I just want to win. long as we winning, I don't care who's getting the ball every time and all that kind of stuff. And I knew that they were like that. So as soon as I came in, it felt good. He could want the ball every time. And we
Yeah.
do something too. You know what I'm saying? So, but for him to be like, yeah, I want Ricky, to get the ball too, and they want me to do well. Everybody, Brent Jones, all these guys, they all, man. John Taylor, he could, man. On another team, he's the number one receiver, and he's doing his thing. I believe he's the guy that should be in the Hall of Fame and stuff like that. So just all these great players, but all being unselfish and playing together like that. It was a lot of fun to play on that team. I'm telling you that. Up against any team in any era, I don't care who it is, we would fare good against anybody.
Hey, no doubt about it. I believe it in myself too, and
I know I'm biased, but
I know, right? I need you in the Hall of Fame. I'm going to march to get you into the Hall of Fame because you definitely deserve it too, as well. And who was the one person that whenever you like line across the field that you did not want to see? Like, what was it, like a particular linebacker? Was it a particular defensive lineman or a DB? Who was that one person that kind of gave you like, that feel?
it was a lot of them, but one I really remember is Reggie White. I remember Reggie White, and I remember Warren Sapp. Those two knocked the crap out of me, and they didn't even see me coming. And I came to chip them. I'm trying to knock the mess out of them, because we want to show this guy you're not gonna get off today. Man, I hit him, blam. I'm seeing stars and everything. I'm like, yo, what is going on? Things are floating in the air that aren't even really there. And I'm like, yo, and I remember Reggie went, hold on, you already got me. You ain't got to get me. You already got me. I was like, man, they are rocks. And just to know how strong they are, because some of them might not look like they like all muscles or whatever, but man, they hard as a rock and they're strong. I mean, these guys can jack up a car and stuff like that. So a lot of those guys, I try to fix it so they don't touch me or they don't get on me too much. 'Cause I know, man,
No doubt about it. And like, I can't even describe like Reggie White. I be hearing like these stories. He'll just like, he'll hit you and then he'll like give you like a blessing, like, Jesus is coming. He's like, man, well, bless you then. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, you really did bless me. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh man! Speaking of, you talking about that you can beat anybody in any era. We're gonna go ahead and go into today's NFL. Completely different rule changes, completely different styles. What's your opinion on today's NFL, and what running back you see in today's game kind of reminds you of yourself?
That's a tough one because now they do more like running backs by committee to get to get what I was doing as one player, because I was always like, man, I'm a every down back. I don't have to come out the game. I could do whatever, and I wanted them to believe that, and they believed that, and then I started being able to do that. So, but when I look at guys and I talk to guys too, and like Christian McCaffrey's one of those guys. His dad played with me, Ed McCaffrey, so he was like, man, my son watched all your tapes. He tries to emulate you when he plays and everything, and I was like, you know what? I see it. I see it because he can catch the ball, he can run, he can do all the things, he can block. He's tough, runner inside and all that. So he's one of the guys. But then I see glimpses in other players, and man, Saquon was fantastic this last year. Man, that was some of the most fun I had watching football. It's crazy because great players that I love and all that, but to see a team that I played for and a guy come, came from the Giants, people were even questioning him at that point. He did good, but he didn't do what we thought he was going to do with the Giants. And then for him to come and play like that in Philadelphia, I know they had a great line. They had a quarterback people had to worry about as well. But for him to run like that, man, that was the most fun I had in a long time watching, because that took us back to the old school, how I used to be running the ball. You got that big time cowbell back. You get him the ball and you let him do his thing, and watch out. So it was that kind of thing. So I love watching him too. I love where the running back position is right now with some of these guys, and I just think it's going to continue to go back to where they're going to run a little bit more now. Seeing what Saquon did, seeing what some of these guys are doing, what's happening up in Baltimore and all that, with Henry and all that. You start to see, man, hold on, the running back position ain't gone yet. It's still viable, and it's a very important position for the teams that are doing well. They all have a quality running back who can get it done. And if they don't have one, they got two or three.
No doubt about that. Man, thank you so much, Mr. Waddles, for coming on to Shooting the Breeze. This has been a great interview. I feel like a kid in a candy store just listening to you talk
Right,
and watching you growing up. And I was just like, man. I was like, man, I want to go out there and run just like him and all that. So, I just greatly appreciate your time. I know you got a busy schedule and everything. Thank you so much. Hopefully, like I said, we got to get you into that Hall of Fame. So,
yes, sir. It'd be great. Thank you. Appreciate you.
No problem at all. Ricky Waddles, this is another episode of Shooting the Breeze. Peace.